first got out of college, there was a publishing company that I really wanted to work for. And finally, I managed to get a job interview. They had this entry-level position opening. I got there nice and early, but I was really nervous about it. So it was about lunchtime. So I go to this diner, order a bowl of soup. I was so nervous I couldn't, really eat. I was just kind of picking at it. And the waitress comes by and she says, is there something wrong with the soup? You're not eating it. And I said, I told her about the interview coming up and I was nervous. And she goes, well, hun, she was one of those waitresses who calls everybody hun. And she says, my kid is about your age. He just had his first job interview and it went really well because I gave him this lucky penny. And she takes this penny out of her pocket and she's like, take this penny. So I take it. And I'm not really that superstitious, so I figured, it's nice of her, so I take it. But it turns out, because the interview, it was awesome. It was the best interview I've probably ever had until today. I got my job there, started me publishing, it was great. To this day, for luck, I keep this same bowl of soup that I couldn't eat that day. And it's always brought me luck. I think it's like some kind of vegetable.
This is called an Elbetricha. It's from Germany, and it's kind of like a chicken combined with a deer. And they like run around in the forest, and I got it when I was there once. I think it's really cool. This is a dragon head that my sister sculpted. I think it's really cool. But I was not get over it, and I'm worried I'm gonna break it. And this is like a tiny good luck doll from my cool writing partner. And it's got a little message in the bottom, which I can't take out because it's stuck, but it's a line from the Aeneid, which is awesome.
So my lucky charm is my sea captain. I have him over here. He's always looking over my shoulder while I work. And believe it or not, the sea captain came from a family vacation to SeaWorld in 1977. My parents bought him for our house. I guess they thought it would look good in our house. It was $16. Price tag still on the bottom of it. And they didn't want him for the house anymore, but I totally wanted him because I grew up with the sea captain in our house. And so now I have him here looking over my shoulder watching me work, and I feel like he's my good luck charm, and it reminds me of what it's like to be a kid.
These are my lucky cats. I started collecting them a couple of years ago. This is obviously not a lucky cat. I found this guy, but he feels pretty lucky to me. I guess traditionally lucky cats were supposed to bring in extra money, which is part of my job, so there they are, looking cute.
I have lots of lucky charms, as you can see on my entire desk. Sometimes I think the mess is my lucky charm. I would probably say that a few that have come from every desk that I have worked at are my prescription for happiness. It was a Secret Santa gift. Lots of little thoughts on happiness right here for when you're having a bad day. My 8-ball. And of course, Dwight Schrute. So sad, but he's still here. And a new addition is my robot.
This book is kind of my security blanket because what if I forget how to make a book? I mean, I'm an editor. I need to know how to make a book. It's really, it goes through the whole process. So, what if, if I can see where the copyright page is, where the title page is. It's very important, really. What if I need to know who a salesperson is? It's good information. It's pretty comprehensive, it goes from manuscript all the way through production and everything. It was published in the 80s, so it doesn't really have much about ebooks, but no one's ever really asked me to make one. I usually just email production and they do it.
In 2006 to 2008, Quirk went through a little bit of a tough spell, both financially, creatively, organizationally. So we decided we were going to sort of cut back, and we cut back on the amount of books we did. We figured we would do less books and do them much better, but it also meant that we were going to cut back on staff. And at the time, we got together as the remaining staff and had a really long talk about kind of that we're all in this together, and that if we're going to right the ship, so to speak, we're going to have to do it ourselves, and we're going to be the stewards of our own destiny. So to signify that moment, we all decided to sign this oar. And so about 4 months after we signed this oar, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies released and hit the New York Times bestseller list. Since then, we've had 5 titles on the New York Times bestseller list. We've enjoyed probably the most prosperous portion of Quirk's history, financially, organizationally, and creatively. And some people could say that it's coincidence. Maybe it's coincidence. Some people might say it's the luck of the oarish. And yes, I said that.